up, I watched shows like Martin, Full House, My Wife and Kids. I remember watching Proud Family.
Okay, so that's a Raven. I watched, you said not cartoons. The Cosby Show, Moesha.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Saved by the Bell, Married with Children.
They were, I guess, positive black families, and they were funny. Even today, you can laugh at the jokes on Martin or My Wife and Kids. It's still relevant.
Hey, look, don't feel bad, Aunt Viv. At least you have 2 normal daughters.
I have been stabbed in the back. Is nothing sacred? Is there, like, no honor?
Baby, what's the matter?
Francesca asked me to be a bridesmaid at her wedding.
Vera's like, no God, okay?
And? Well, what do you mean, and? She expects me to take care of the rice they throw when they leave the church. Like I'm gonna learn how to cook just for her wedding.
I'd say it's about time you started feeling bad.
It showed a lot of possibility, what could happen, everyday interactions, how to play out situations without necessarily having to go through the situation myself.
I felt like I could relate to them, to be honest.
As a black girl watching those shows, you just feel so empowered. There's not many positive image of a black girl, but when you watch those shows, you know, you see the wife working and managing her family. Penny and Proud Family, she's going to school. She's not, you know, being the loud, angry black girl that the media tries to portray us as, like their positive images.
I feel like these shows, and I can't speak for what came before it, but I feel like they really set they really set where you actually see black people winning, or at least breaking anywhere close to even with other races.
I guess they make me feel proud to be able to share a culture like that. Positive black families, we have a certain culture about us. We have like inside jokes that only, you know, if you knew that culture, then you would understand it. So watching those shows, I feel connected to something larger than myself.
I don't. Everybody can't do it, but I can split the two. So to me, they're 2 different ball games. Like I understand TV is television, but I also see how it could be influenced to other people. But for me personally, I mean, I don't really see a link between the two.
Like you said, you know, Cosby Show, Bernie Mac, but like outside of that, I don't feel like I was super exposed to a lot of black shows. And yeah, there was different black shows on at the time, you know, like In Living Color and all this other stuff. But like for me personally, and I don't know if it's more of who I was with at the time or who my parents are, but I feel like we actually watched a lot more white casted shows, honestly.
I just watched Blackish.
I don't want to go. Girl rovers are dumb. We don't get to do any of the cool stuff the boys do. Boy rovers have sailing, astronomy, and wood carving. Cool. But girl rovers have babysitting, manners, and eating for beauty. What the? It's not fair. Yeah. What boy wouldn't want to learn how to eat for beauty? Now.
The Carmichael Show.
Give me a break. Everybody listens to Michael Jackson.
And that's my point. Everyone should listen to Michael Jackson. Even his victims should listen to his music. I mean, they probably need it more than we do. They've been through a lot.
Well, with the family, they seem civilized. I mean, I guess people see our family as maybe one of the words that's used in our generation is ratchet, ghetto, or unstable, out of control. But after watching that show, you know, the family seems like they're, you know, get things together. They're stable, great relationship, not a lot of kids running around, no divorce. I mean, the parents were like, what, 34th anniversary?
Yeah, they were married for a few years.
From the clips that I've seen before, I love the way that they represent African Americans. They talk about a lot of deep issues, but in a comedy way.
Well, every African American is different, but I feel like the way that they represent African Americans that I'm most familiar with, I think that's pretty accurate.
Very loving, comical, satirical in a manner, and the family engagement was honest, kind of just like kind of how I could see me and my family kind of getting together and sharing some laughs and a few jokes and just enjoying each other's company.
I feel like the way that they presented African Americans in this show, it's showing how the majority of us really are. Like, we know how to act, we know how to present ourselves. We can do basically anything any other race can do.
It's not just what people think that represents the black family, that there was a father, there was the brothers that were still connected, and that was good to see.
Just watched Saturday Night Live, and it was the Family Feud snippet.
How you doing today, Flair? How you doing, Steve? I'm doing. You see my beautiful wife, Maria, my two step kids, Rachel and Blake. Well, you look lovely today, now. How long y'all been married?
About 6 months.
The snippet really told me that the world sees me as angry, that my husband's gonna leave me for a white woman, that, you know, if I'm not making enough money, then I have to resort to stripping.
I feel sad. It's not true. I mean, you do have pockets of black families that do somewhat mirror that, but it's not all of them. And I think that, unfortunately, when people look at television, that's more of what they see.
It doesn't make me feel very good. It's not very positive. It's not empowering. It doesn't make me feel like I'm anything.
Unfortunately, when we look at black people being represented in media, especially in television and film, we see more of the lower class, low socioeconomic, underprivileged, challenged background.
It really just aids in all the stereotypes that we already have.
And I feel like while black people, as a whole, you know, we're coming up. We're on the rise. I think we get better opportunities. I think there's more out there for us now. Not enough, but it's just growing. But like, it's still a gap. Like it or not, movies and shows, no matter how crazy, no matter what's going on some level, are a representation of how we live. So.
My agent and I would get scripts, and we were always asked to read the black male character, all right, or the athletic type, and that was just Crime Watch. I'm not joking. But when the script asked for a black male, it wasn't describing a character or a person's character; it was describing a skin color. Now, a white character, a white male, was always called a Caucasian, or a man with a twinkle in his eyes. Now, my eyes may be dark, but they definitely twinkle. And I was like, I want to play the guy with the twinkle in his eyes. So I got to a certain point in my career where I saw the glass ceiling. I was so close to it, I was going to hit my forehead on it. But I was busy. I got lots of work. I realized that I could only play so many best friends or gang leaders, all right? I knew that I wasn't going to land a leading role. I knew there wasn't enough imagination, not yet, for the industry to be seeing me as a lead. I didn't see myself or my culture on TV, so I literally just stopped watching it. Instead, I decided to go and become TV. So my message today is, let's just get more professional about this whole area. Our economy, as I said before, depends on it. Our future actually depends on it. Nelson Mandela said, anything difficult always seems impossible until it's done.
They're never gonna let it go. They're never gonna let this go. They're never gonna let it go.